Hello and welcome to this brief overview of Writing Helper. To get started, this is our dashboard. At the bottom we will be able to see any of the projects we have previously been working on, which we can open, or we can start a brand new project, and these are our seven Writing Helper steps. Our first steps is our detail. Very easy, we input our name, we input the title of our project, a short title if required, and our word count. I'm going to pick an 1,000 word count. I'm going to create that. I'm going to save that project, and that will bring me automatically to my second step question. Here, it will allow the student to fully understand what they're being asked in two ways. So firstly, we can look at our instruction word here being discuss, and we can see a definition of what discuss actually means. We also can filter sources here, and this is all the places in which we have grabbed the definition of discuss. We have things like exam boards, we have things like essay question writing, and we can filter what exact definition we want to see. Once we understand our instruction word, we can explore open concepts throughout this question. So open concepts being anything that might be open to interpretation or anything that I want to discuss further throughout my writing. So existence, perhaps. I can add that to my structure, or I can export it to a visual map if I so wish. So if I have Claro ideas, mind view, inspiration, I can export that to a mind map. But for now, I'm just going to add that to my structure, and it will bring me to my third step, structure. Here, I can create a structure myself, or what Writing Helper will allow me to do is import a structure maybe I've used before, or we also have a helper suggestion. Here, Writing Helper will analyse the question and give me a structure based on that question. So here's the structure. It has given me an example of. I can keep this structure if I want, or I can delete some of it, add in some of my own. I'm just going to import that structure. And of course, I can add new sections into this if I so wish, or I can delete anything that I do not want. After I know exactly how my piece of writing is going to look, I can move on to my next step, sources, and this is where I can gather all of the sources in multiple formats that I am going to use throughout my writing. So I can pull these sources from a wide range of places. I can pull them from file, from web, even copy and paste from my clipboard. Or if I had maybe some PDFs maybe on my desktop, I can simply drag and drop that PDF. Once I have my sources inputted here, I just need to make sure they are referenced correctly. And this is just an example. And I can save that citation. Once my source is referenced correctly, wherever I use this source now, it will be referenced and filed in a bibliography in my piece of writing. Now that I have my sources, what I can begin to do is take some information and place it into my writing structure. So say, for example, there is some text here that I think would be very relevant to my introduction. I simply have my little drop-down box here. I can choose to send that to my introduction, hit my little pen, and it will move it over. And maybe there's some things in here that I think would be really relevant to my eyewitness testimonials. I can click that, set my little pen, and it will send it to that piece of my writing. So we can go through a number of our resources here, take snippets from it, and put it directly into our structure. Once we are happy with all of our snippets, we move our snippets across. And that will bring us to our next section, our snippets. And you'll see here, I am flagged with some red X's. And what this means is I have not referenced this, I have not quoted it, I have simply copied and pasted, and that is not going to do the job. So what I'm going to have to do is click on my little red X's, and it's going to give me two options. I can either paraphrase or summarize that text into my own words, or I can mark that as a quote. So I'm simply going to mark that as a quote, and because I've referenced that correctly, that will be done for me. Maybe I'm going to paraphrase this one in my own words. I can save that, and I just need to go through all of these red X's and make sure they are either referenced or marked as a quote. Of course, I can add my own text within my structure as well, and I can just type what I need. My next step is my review. Here I can see an overview of how my writing is looking. Are all my boxes ticked green? Is everything looking okay? Have I referenced everything? If everything is green, I am good to go. My final step, publish. Here I can have a last minute overview. Are my tasks complete? Is everything referenced? Have I reached my word count? If I am happy with everything here, I simply hit publish. It publishes to a Word document. I can open this. And here we will have a fully formatted reference piece of work. Please use your imagination that if this was a lot of sources I've used and a lot of text, we would have a fully formatted, ready to go piece of work. Thanks for listening.